What up, my freaks? RuinousInsight here with part 52 of my Total Warhammer 3 Zhatan the Black Immortal Empires campaign. So as we saw last time, Gorth of the Cruel and Thrunbaj and Zaled have taken Karak-Kadrin and gotten the defaced shrine landmark, which powers up all of our Infernal Guard and Ironsworn with Deathblow. Pretty darn good. I wasn't expecting this particular landmark, so it's definitely a most nice pick. Otherwise, it looks like, let's see, 1, 2, 3, I want to say settlements remaining, or 2? Yeah, no, it's 3. 3 settlements remaining to Karak-Kadrin, so Raziak, Ungor, and... what's the third? Oh, there's one down here, Essen. Yeah, okay, we're gonna have to move all the way down here to take you out, aren't we? I was thinking maybe something would do that for us. Also gotta make sure that we watch out for the Ice Court, as they will probably attack us here once we take the Dwarfen territory, so it may be quite beneficial to actually destroy some stuff here. We may actually want to leave a sort of ruin barrier, as it were, between us and the other factions, just for the endgame scenario in particular. But anyway, in terms of what we gotta do this time, there isn't much this turn. In fact, I did most of the admin between the episodes. We've gotten to the point in the game where there's so much admin that I try to do as much as possible between, or at the very least the boring admin, like the sending of the tech thieves around to steal tech. Just a waste of time otherwise, so just gonna do that off screen when I can, as in when the turn ends before the episode ends. I've also done a little bit of diplomacy and a little bit of building. As we can see, our treasury has dropped, but I have left a few things, namely the building, such that remains. After all, the money is mostly gone, and a few moves. Also the convoys, we gotta send the convoys out. I actually forgot to do that, but might as well do it now. Let's see. Create new convoy. And I believe our best one has come back. Yes, Amarud's Sindrazan. You have 16 units. You're our best convoy. Cambrian War Sphinx, Giant, War Mammoth, a Black Dragon, and you're about to have 3 heroes here as well. We may actually want to remove the Graveguard from here at some point. It'll probably be inferior to many units, although it might actually be able to hold the ground better than... probably not. I was wondering if it would hold the ground better than the Chaos Dwarf Warriors, and while it does have a higher HP, it's never going to get buffed by the Convoy Overseer. Anyway, speaking of the Convoy Overseer, you got levels. Not a lot of them, mind you, but levels are levels. Cargo capacity, please, and I guess Wayfinders. We're soon gonna start being able to actually get you some buffs. Black Shard Bulwark would be quite nice, considering your particular convoy. Anyway, you are going to be added. And we are going to send you out to, let's see, you are our best convoy, therefore you can travel to the furthest place. What do we got here? Probably still not ready to go to Karand Kar. We have, fairly decent amount of, 1,000 labor for 500. Yeah, this is pretty good. Let's go Silver Tower of Sorcerers, I guess. And we can send somebody else to Troll Fjord, although that's really not a lot of labor. 260 for 500 money? I wonder if there is a better place. I'm almost actually now tempted to send out a few money convoys, as in get money instead. But anyway, Silver Tower Sorcerers for you. Max this out to 700 armaments for 1455 labor. Pretty darn good. Dispatch. Alrighty, and then we need one more. Ooh, actually, before we do that, or before I forget rather, we gotta put one of each type of hero in this army. So 1. And 2, and 3. There we go, very nice. Now we're at 19 out of 20. Looks like a pretty strong force. Could use Infernal Guard rather than regular Chaos Dwarf Warriors, but still pretty good. Then the other convoy. What other one do we have available? We got 11. No, these guys are coming back to capital. 7, 6, and... okay, you're returning to capital as well. How many of these guys don't have heroes yet? So you are still missing heroes. You're our second best convoy, Rani Pash. We gotta make sure that we get you heroes. And then you two, you don't have heroes either. You have 2 out of 3 heroes, and I think all 3 of these guys do. So we're getting there. A few more turns, and then we'll have every convoy with heroes, so we won't have to be dealing with that anymore. Anyway, Metallic Resilience and War Machinist. Well, I guess Metallic Resilience, because you have a higher level, and you got a fairly decent army with some Ironsworn and Word Save. Why not? Let's get to you. You don't need to level up, so we'll just add you. Take off that army panel, add master, and we will send you to... What's the closest place we can go for labor? Mostly because this guy's a weak convoy. For money, 3.7k, 3.8k, 3.9k. Not much of a difference in those. 3.6k, and it's only 3 turns to get to the Great Hall of Greece. Is quite quick. And, I'm actually now wondering, maybe there's a lot more benefit to sending quick convoys now. Because, you know what, go to the Great Hall of Greece. And I know it's for money, which isn't a big deal for us, but I have a thought. We could even send some convoys just for a tiny bit of cash without spending a lot of armaments if we really wanted to as well. You know what, go for the maximum amount this time, but once again, do this, because we have that thing now, don't we? Every time a convoy completes its journey, it increases our trade tariffs. And if it's every time if it completes a journey and buffs it every time, I don't know whether there's a limit to this. Then it might be beneficial to get a pile of completed convoys. Well, either way, there wasn't any good labor right now anyway. But anyway, you're gonna join this army, you're gonna join this army. It's still a little bit weak of an army, so... I'd still probably not want to send it too far. Yeah, even with the heroes, this is not much of a stack. Anyway, there we go, that's done. Next up, with the convoys completed, we do have buildings to build, and I believe at least 1 hero to move, or 1 lord to move. Overseer Blackbeard? No, not you. Still salty about Thorgrim running away last time. Astragoth. No, you are waiting for 1 turn? Yes, 1 turn. It's not you. Overseer Vargash, I think it might have been one of the raiders that hasn't been moved. Not you, Glumba the Scrounger. Oh, you should be renamed Raider, that's why. Oh, I guess you also need a rename. Did I just not rename these guys? Oh, I replaced them, but I didn't rename them to Raiders. That's why I'm confused. Okay. Raider Namtar, there we go. This way it'll be so much easier to actually pick them out of the set of the units. Rename Raider the Scourger. Did I say Scrounger? I kind of like Scrounger better. Also, I forgot to buff your hero. I'm gonna do that right now real quick. Not as high a level as the other heroes, so you do have to be a little bit more careful, but you can still have Mentor and max out Ash Storm and Killing Fire. I don't particularly care for these 2 spells, though. Hellhammer and Flames of Asgore as well. Alright, I still really don't like the sticky tooltips. 13 points remaining, eh? Let's get you careful casting and scouting, I guess, just in case. Couldn't hurt. Probably want Foe Seeker, so piercing shots and always ready. Foe Seeker, let's get you Headdress of Zharr and Hashut Scales, and we'll start moving through Curse of Hashut. Although once again, it's fairly unlikely that I'm going to be bothering to use it, and you already have access to a weaker version of Dark Subjugation, so that's fine. Then, oh hello. You're waiting for a second army here, so I guess you can grab this. And then attack with the second army next turn. Approach a carcass, we'll auto-resolve this real quick. Medium casualties. Oh, I kind of don't like that. You know what? We're going to manually fight this super quick instead. Here's the thing. These guys are close to an enemy territory, and on top of that, they are... they're liable to be fighting armies that are going to be much, much stronger than they are fairly soon, i.e. all the high elf stacks with their dragons and such, and they've only got gobos, and these are not the super-powered gobos of the Gordas' armies, so we'll need to keep them at relatively decent shape, especially since there's nowhere nearby where we can heal. I think what we need to do is try to take a high level or a settlement capital somewhere and essentially use it as a raiding base. Just put it up to tier 5, pop that Mega Mortar and stuff, so that they have support, and then do that, basically. Alrighty, well, anyway, let's set this up real quick. You guys go on, I don't know, let's say this flank here, just to try to annoy some enemies, but be careful about getting yourselves killed. You guys are gonna set up like so. We'll just move them in a few seconds. Let's put you... Are you able to fly? Yes, alright, so you guys can move together. Let's go. Don't toggle skirmish mode, go into melee. We'll put to you piles of hobgoblins up like so. You're gonna be group 2, you're gonna be group 3, you're gonna be group 4, you're gonna be group 5, and I believe that's it. Alrighty, looks good to me. And start deployment, yes. Start battle, yes. You guys are gonna move up here. Turn off your skirmish mode. You guys are gonna move forward, try to cast some spells on the annoying enemies. You guys are going to annoy this unit of zombie-powered gunnery mobs until it dies. Don't get so close that they can fire on you, however. Make good use of those skirmisher cap tactics that Gordas has used so well in the past. Not doing a crazy amount of damage to these gunnery mobs, mind you, but hopefully enough. Alrighty, and then take a few more shots. You guys keep away. Play, keep away. The heck? Oh, magma cannons are hurting you. I was wondering. One of you magma cannons, you know what, fire at this and at this. You guys back up before you get hurt. You guys keep firing. Alright, spell work. Let's launch some right here. Hopefully you don't miss those, and you know what? As soon as that lands, we're gonna do this. But it could die, and then you can back off. I mean, we don't really care about making this a fair battle, you know, just want to speed this up. In that light, Kadai are up. Let's drop one of these Dooms of Hashut on them, and let's also drop the Flames of Asgore, and that should dish out decent amounts of damage. Alright, keep doing your work. And there we go, the Kadai are done, but so's the Doom of Hashut in, so that's just fine. You be careful, don't get hit by the enemy range units, please. Alrighty, and just stay back. Don't take damage. This is why we're fighting this manually, after all. Although the miscasts have hurt the Demonsmith Sorcerer a few times already. Huh, I thought we got you careful casting. In addition to the buffs that we have, you shouldn't be miscasting so much and hurting yourself. I'm gonna get you an Obsidian Amulet later on, then. Alright, you guys keep annoying the enemy. Magma cannons keep firing. You switch to the depth guard, please. You can fire on this unit. And the enemy will soon run out of ranged units that can actually hurt our Wolf Riders. Surprised that the enemy army isn't actually moving towards us, but I guess it's because they can't see the hobgoblins. Alright, everybody keep it up. I'll speed it up probably. Don't take hits. My bad. I didn't see that the enemy had drawn into range. There we go, and then let's speed it up for a few seconds. If these guys turn on you, then move. Otherwise, we're fine. Both of you fire on this unit of zombie-powered gunnery mob until it's dead. Casters move in. You guys back off again until this guy cannot fire on you. And, ooh, these guys are about to be in range as well, so back off. Fire on them again. A Wrath of Zharr through, I don't know, here. Doesn't really matter again. You two move in. Get ready to Wrath of Zharr these guys. Alright, it looks like these hand cannons are just about to be done for as well. Then we switch towards the zombie-powered gunnery mob. And as soon as there's no range units, I'm just going to speed it up and the battle will be done. Alright, careful everybody. Ooh, somebody taking hits. Let's get you popping your level, I don't know, 3 Burning Wrath right here. These guys switch fire, please. And switch fire. And you want to get that Bale Taurus Breath on somebody? No, not on that zombie-powered gunnery mob. How we doing out here? Okay, that unit is dead, which means you guys can move forward. Alright, and now we can speed it back up to max and just keep away from the enemy. There we go. Alright, keep approaching, fire on that gunnery mob, and... oh, they're gonna hit us with a Spirit Leech. Well, that's just rude. Alright, one of you fire on the depth guard, the other keep firing on the range units, and you know what, you guys... well, I guess you can hover overhead and annoy the enemy. I didn't even bother dropping the Flame and Shadow. Shadow and Flame, whatever. Alright, nice. All their infantry are nearly dead, and speed it back up to max, and annoy Crabby Boy right here. And just keep away. You're still in skirmish mode, right? So there's no way that he can reach you. You keep annoying Crabby Boy, and I guess there is a use for Curse of Hashut here after all, so use it on him. Range units attack this, and speed it back up. You know what? Let's start marching the Gobos forward. There we go. None of you better get caught. I know that skirmish is broken, but please. Oh, you got... you see what I mean? How did you frickin' fail this? I hate how you have to babysit skirmish units. How did you get caught by a speed 50 when you're twice its speed? Unbelievable. Alright, you're gonna move away. You guys are all gonna move away. You keep dropping those Curse of Hashuts. And this is why I'm generally terrified of increasing speed of the battle, because your idiot units are just going to get themselves killed. Probably should have popped an Ash Storm on these guys, but then again, it's not like they're moving around that much. Alrighty, you jump on that lord, please. And, huh. Well, I never seen that before. I think it doesn't know what to do. There we go. It was spinning in place. I've definitely never seen that before. Odd, very odd. But anyway, I still feel like that had to be fought. When we have 2 armies, then we can auto-resolve these little battles, because we can heal up a lot easier, but not with 1. Not worth the potential of losing this army after taking all the time to actually get it here. 19 units lost, 5 due to these idiots managing to screw over their own skirmish mode. I don't know how you managed to get 15 kills. Huh. Oh, Spirit Leech spam, yeah, that's how. And then I'm sure some of these kills were Kadai as well. Alrighty, there we go, and we're going to replenish to max rather than get any of the labor. We want the island for the buffs that it potentially provides, after all. Don't really care for the Sword of Battle. A little bit of treasury, but, well, it's better than nothing. Alrighty, you go here, and we're probably going to try to land at the Shrine of Sotek next turn. Is Hexoatl close? It's somewhat close. Pahwaks is a settlement, a main settlement as well. Alright, we're gonna use Pahwaks then. We'll land and take the Shrine of Sotek and then move forward towards Pahwaks. Oh, Mysterious Island, nice. You can grab this as well. We'll take Pahwaks as a tier 5 tower and then we'll use it to annoy the enemy here. Who's down here, by the way? This is... Can we not tell the owner of this? Hunts Marshal. Okay, so we're also at war with them. I wonder if they're fighting the elves or if they're friends. Well, they're not fighting the elves. Alright, so the raiders do have their work cut out for them. Alright, fair enough. Alrighty, anybody else need to move? I don't believe so, but I've been mistaken before. Looks good to me, looks good to me. I guess we have to rename you, don't we? Oh, we can't select you until you've arrived. I wanted to rename your raider or something. But I believe that's it. At least for the ones that need to move right now. You can keep waiting. We're also going to have to try to figure out an army for you. It's just a random smattering of units, and then we put together. Alright, let's build some buildings. The priority is going to be Krak-Drin, because we need a defense in the Mega Mortar here, so Fane Guard and Mega Mortar. Maybe we want to, at the very least, put a few bits of labor in here to rush this construction, so... We did get some more labor after all. Let's say something like that. Maybe a few more. Good enough for now. And this place is, oh my lord. I wanna say Peak Pass? Is it Peak Pass? No, it's not Peak Pass, is it? I really don't remember the names of the... yeah, because it changes. It is Peak Pass, damn it. My bad on that one. The little tiny bit of labor in there threw me. That was from the... that was from buffing it previously with the shrine, the defaced shrine. Alrighty, well, we'll just start from the bottom this time. So, like so, like so, like so. There we go. Gotta remember that this is also gonna cost money, so we don't have a crazy amount of money right now. Alrighty, Peak Pass accept, yes. And this is why we may want to send some armament convoys for money. Yeah, you are going to accept labor, accept labor. Do we need a second level of the Mega Mortar, or are we okay? Upgrades the Dreadquake battery upgraded for 5k. This is for 2.4k. Well, better to get the walls up and running. I think we'll do the Dreadquake Mega Mortar afterwards. Do level 3 Fane Barracks. I think that'll be good for now. We can also reduce the cost after a few turns anyway. Alrighty, next up we can also build other stuff here. Namely, we will still want the donation barrel. I believe we will still want the patrol routes. And we do not need the ironworks here. We could always global recruit if we need to, and then we can either build a demon smithy or another one of these ziggurat tenements. Public order might still be an issue, especially once the enemies arrive. The casualty replenishment trade might actually be quite helpful here, though. Maybe it's worth more than the demon smithy. Oh, actually, we can build the demon smithy here, so yeah, we'll build the ziggurat tenements. Alrighty, beautiful. Nashrax there, let's upgrade you immediately. Let's get you walls next turn, I guess. And dies, assuming that you don't fall to something. Lovely. Well, let's do the rest of the buildings, then we'll end the turn, and then hopefully we'll be able to hunt down a proper battle. Let's get you Tribute Collectors, Tower Roads, and Altar of Fire. I don't see why not. Plain of Zharr. Oh! Blasted Wastes. One of our new provinces is actually our biggest money-making province there right now. I guess because of the gem refinery. Quite nice. Kind of unfortunate that it took so long to retake the Silver Pinnacle, then, considering how good of a province it is. Oh well. Gold refinery for you. We clearly need more cash. Don't need to do anything at Celestial Riverlands. What do we have here? Hanyaport? No. Wolflands, we are good. Plain of Bones. Yes to the gold refinery. Just build the Grand Furnace. I was gonna say maybe hold off on it, but it's okay, at least for now. Man, it would be amazing to luck into another Materials at Sea. That was quite the boon. What I really liked about Materials at Sea isn't even just the fact that it made stuff cheaper, it's the fact that it made stuff so cheap that you didn't have to pay attention to what you were building, you just upgraded everything. And it saved us on a lot of time in that regard. Anyway, upgrade the monster pens, we need more capacity of all heroes after all. We got armaments, we got, ooh, lots of good stuff to build here. Goramadni Mountains, yeah, we're out of space. Alright, we're gonna have to make sure, I should say, to build everything we can here. Since it's such a nice province. We'll focus on that next turn, not now though, because we are out of, well, pretty much everything except armaments, and we'll save those for purposes. Alright, skip, building upgrade, skip, and the turn. And let's see what Thorgrim does now that we're properly at war with him. Come back to Draj. You know you want to play with him, don't you? Supervisor for Scaff Stonebeard. Supervisor, is that the one that gives you perfect vigor? No, it's just a little bit of campaign movement range. Queek is going to randomly declare war on us. And the Exiles of Khorne. Okay, go for it. Okay. Interesting. Granted, we were going to attack Queek anyway, but kind of surprising. I mean, look at the territory we own. What is this? Ah, an underway interception. Oh, this poor Gomrund, Silverhorn rather. Auto-resolve. Goodbye, Gomrund. And we will take your tiny amounts of labor, I guess. You know how Draika has the buff for when you kill, like, there's an army buff that you get when you kill elves? I feel like you should get a buff for when you kill OG dwarfs, as the Chaos Dwarfs. I feel like it would make them a lot happier. Like an after-army buff. Anyway, what do we have here? Strength through pain, unit experience plus 200, gain unit experience at the cost of moving this turn. Isn't this our maxed out army? Yeah, this is all max chevron. Except the 2 new Hobgoblin units. This is pointless. And it's completely pointless. Normally I'd love the units. I guess it'll be... Nah, but our heroes are all maxed out as well. Unit experience. It's a tiny amount of XP for the Lord, which does need to level, I guess. Probably not worth it, considering all the units are at max chevrons. Just ignore it, no delays. Scaff Stonebeard, campaign movement range, yes, to troop train. Now, Thorgrim, are you close enough? Oh, you gotta be kidding me. He's just slightly out of Draj's reach. Well, isn't that a shame? Alright, well then, here's what we will do. Draj for next turn. And, ooh, another army. We're gonna pop you into ambush stance. Let's see if Thorgrim falls for this. Don't know if that'll happen, but it would be nice. Let's put you there. We do have to watch out for Imric coming back, but nonetheless. And then we will pop you into regular stance, or right behind him, in the hopes that Thorgrim goes after Draj. The ambush chance isn't super high, unfortunately, but it's better than nothing. Also, we should probably rush a few constructions here. Ooh, and workforce diktats have been completed, which means we can once again use some labor. Let's get the demon forges, buff up our Kadai, and reduce the armament capacity of its weapons of war, and the reduction for the machines that we're heading towards. More importantly, Zhatan, you can now leave this place and start heading towards... Granite Massive through Machrok and Lamia, or Libaras and back? I guess it probably won't matter much. Just go this way. Either way, the main thing that you want is for this troop train... No, for this troop train? Ah, yes, the delete troop train to reach you. Alrighty. Alrighty, and I believe, unless I'm mistaken, this should be full of Skaven. That was random, okay. I thought that had something to do with the hero, but no, apparently not. Yeah, that's fine. We will send... Who doesn't need their turn? You don't need your turn. You're gonna auto-resolve this. I'm gonna move everybody close. And, okay, I guess you're close enough. Go auto-resolve the Desolation in the Gash, please. Auto-resolve, and no one should die. I'm just double-checking, because I've been screwed by auto-resolve way too many a time to ever trust it again. Alrighty. And we will occupy this factory for obvious reasons. Alright. Thrunbosh has gained an Opal Amulet. You don't need that. I will... and you don't need that. You can keep the Brass Cleaver. I'm gonna give him some other stuff later on. Once we have a little bit more in the way of items. Because we gain items every turn, but we haven't been gaining all that many lately. And I'd love to wait until we have a few more so I can spread out the items to various lords and heroes. Ooh, Imric has a full stack now. Oh, I wonder if he'll come this way. I'd love to get a... have to get a chance for Gordas to face off against Imric a little bit. Wouldn't that be nice? Gordas, you will move faster via Underway, and thus through Underway you shall go. Right here. And then Ulricus, you can stay right here, but the rest of you are going to follow. Follow along, and Luzta, you're gonna follow along as well. Did I not level you? What do you have? Dawnstone, take that out. You are level 20 now, you're fine. Alrighty, but that is not the battle that we were looking for. Oh, I was really banking on fighting Thorgrim there, but that is not happening apparently. Rurikaz is... Scarsnake could attack you. He won't win that. Well, then again. Let's have a giant. Nah, he still won't win. Does anybody know what amount of magic the convoys have? Because they have no magic bar at all as an army. Does that mean they start with 0, or do they start with the base 50 that everybody else starts with? I would be curious to know that as well. Anyway, let's see. Anybody giving us a fight, or close to giving us a fight? Well, here's the thing. What we do need to do regardless is transfer you all, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, to Astrogoth. Take all of you away from him. Then we're gonna have Gruk-Raz join as well. And Astrogoth is going... March stance. Just march stance out to Fort Astros. Yeah, you're gonna move back to Prague. And Astrogoth, you're good. Astrogoth's gonna need an Overseer as well. Oh, I can't wait to use this army, especially in the field. Now, this guy I might remove later on, because we need to replace them with Hushot's Dark... some things. Ravagers? I want to say Dark Ravagers. Ravager and Heavy Armor Clad. It is Ravagers, go me. Alright, so we might take him out, or maybe another one of these guys, I don't know, and I don't really care that much. You... Assassin Man. I guess you can keep assassinating. Who's the highest hero here? Level 4 and level 2, neither are that good, so just assassinate. Pick one and kill him. Lusta Vargash has gotten a Dawnstone, which apparently I took away. Good. I don't want Overseers and other sort of lords to have items that are actually useful to everybody else. You know what? Let's consolidate units here. Recruiter the Breaker, right. You could have the Gabo units. Like so, and while this is not really a good army, well, actually, it has 5 Chaos Dwarf Blunderbusses now. It's actually a decent army. Huh. You know what, if we swap a few things around in here, we might actually be able to make use of it as a proper stack. Also gotta remember that we got a convoy coming in 1 turn, and you have all your heroes, but the next convoy to be sent out, which will be the only one left, which is gonna be you... Covert. I assume you don't have heroes. Yeah, you can't have heroes. Alright, so we'll need to get heroes for you as well. I'm gonna do that right now before I forget, but I'll do the levels between the episodes. Alrighty, unless there's... Okay, it's Jarna Grund and Stubborn. Yeah, sure, why not? Stubborn. Okay, why... Stop that. Don't do that, game. Rude. And next up, Infernal Castellan, Resentful Armor plus 10, why not? And then lastly, a Demon Smith of any variety. Post-battle chance of stealing magic item. Compulsive ain't bad. Selfish. Manipulative. Enemy leadership. Reduction. Huh. I was actually hoping to give one of these to... 1 second. Actually, we have multiple capacities, so we don't have to give it to you. Let's get to you... I don't know. We haven't been using a lot of Lore of Death. Let's go with Lore of Death. Even though it ain't great. You can keep the Bale Taurus, and then we'll do the skills between the episode. What I wanted to see was you two. So you're Hergar the Red, and you have Extravagant. You have... Oh, you both have Extravagant. I'll just keep them. It's fine. Alrighty, but Tordrek Dreadkiller needs fire guys. So we'll get him fire guys. Everybody deserves a fire guy. Let's get you manipulative. And you can move out this way. And I believe we'll need another one later on. Are you on a llama suit? Nope, Great Taurus. Okay, well, back to looking for a proper fight. This is hard to find. Can you jump over to Karakaraziak? You can, but I guess the question is, can both of you do it together? And the answer is still yes. Okay, so I guess that's what we're gonna do then. You're gonna go here. Is Thorgrim still there? I'm just going to assume that he is. We're going to put you both here. We're going to leave Karakadrin to its own devices. Probably time to upgrade the Mega Mortar now. And how's the defenses looking here? They're pretty okay. I mean, we don't have to super prioritize this, but we want enough labor to get this going. So 560, let's get you 300 labor. 1, 2, 3. From Peak Pass, or to Peak Pass rather, 1, 2, 3, accept. And this is what I want essentially everywhere nearby once we have, well, before the endgame scenario rather. Anyway, you can't attack, damn. Alright, Raiders, how about you? Maybe you can find a fight. You are here, it looks like Tehenowan is dead. Yeah, he's been completely destroyed by the Skaven. Should take a look at, and diplomacy. You, however, are going to keep... yeah, let's just go for March Dance this time around. Hopefully, Clan Pestilence doesn't randomly declare war on us. You're gonna grab this Remnants of Battle. Keep looking for stuff at sea. We'll probably send a few more Sea Raiders as well. Maybe we should rename him Sea Raider. And you Regular Raider. Raider... There we go. Alright, good. You two... Ooh! Well, 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 if it isn't a full stack. Raider the Scourger. I just laugh at this guy's name. I guess the question is, if one of you takes the Shrine of Sotek, can the other one reach Miradrin here? Well, the problem there is only one of you would be able to, but maybe we can set up an ambush or something with the other one. There is potential. This will mean bypassing the Mysterious Island, but it'll probably be worth our time. So you're gonna land here. Oh, wow. There's another full stack. Oh, this is gonna be dangerous. It's gonna be very dangerous. Encircle this. Watch us get attacked by like 5 armies here and immediately get destroyed. Well, you know what? If we do, we'll send even more raiders this way. It's not... No, not March Stance. You have to March Stance. Damn. I shouldn't have moved you in March Stance in the first place. That was my bad. Just to double check. Yeah, no. Alright, back to March Stance. Shame, but necessary. And I don't know why my PC didn't like that. Alright, low casualties, decisive victory. Let's hope we don't get screwed by the auto-resolve. Oh, really? 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 At least we got a Talisman of Preservation, but half of the Hobgoblin Archers are dead to this. And the Magma Cannons barely got any kills. Okay, the auto-resolve is just wacky. I mean, it's always been wacky, but are you kidding me? Alright, well, whatever. Occupy it as factory, yes. And you're definitely not keeping that Talisman of Preservation because there's a decent chance that you're going to die next turn. Well, if you survive, oh, you can leave March Stance. Swell. Alrighty, well, I am excited at the prospect of these guys fighting for their lives, though, I gotta say. I gotta give you a level up as well for the fight. You have standard die. You have fervent fodder and firing drills. We can continue powering you up a little bit, but we probably will want magma cannon. And hopefully neither of these guys have lightning strike. You're level 14 and you're level 5, so unlikely. And ooh, Sun Dragon. That'll make our fire armies problematic. What do we have here? Hashut and please be death. Yes, death. Okay, finally. There will be use for that. Alright, anybody else? Okay, the Tech Thieves I'll move between the episodes, hopefully. I might not even just move them this turn. Mostly because I want to end the turn to get to a battle. You are going where you're going. Yeah, it looks like we're gonna have to end the turn before we get a battle. Okay, well, it is what it is. What I also wanted to do is start recruiting some skullcrackers. Yes. You can build them here, yes? Yes, alright. I'm gonna take a little bit of our armaments. Actually, a fair bit of our armaments. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's do that. We'll build 4 wrong one. 4 skullcrackers out of here. Wait, is it faster to do it via global recruitment? It is exactly the same speed in global recruitment. Oh, we also want to get the Death Shrieker rockets. Wait, maybe we get the Death Shriekers. Because Thorgrim is going to go for Death Shriekers rather than for Skullcrackers. And we're going to build both anyway, but Skullcrackers need trains and the Death Shriekers don't. So let's do this. We'll get 6 Death Shrieker rockets in 1 army. Is it going to be an effective army? I don't know. But I guess we're going to find out. You, Scaff, are actually going to go, let's see, you're going to go down here. You're going to go help, quote unquote. One second. Gonna go here, right? I'm starting to lose track of who needs to go where. And who are you? That's not who we need. We need another Castellan. Alright, Scaff, you're gonna take 2 more of these Chaos Dwarf blunderbusses. Then you have 17 out of 20. You are awaiting your Iceforged Legion, which is coming in many turns. Delete. Get that Iceforged Legion over there, man. Alright. And then you need 2 Infernal Castellans, which are being built right now. Okay, 1 we cannot build, but we will be able to shortly. But at the very least, the army is nearly ready to go, which is nice. And the rest of you can't move, correct? I guess one of you can move very, very slightly. Troop train, you are no longer needed to transfer stuff. Thorgrim, you are going to take the hat cannon. And you're probably, what are you? Are you an overseer? No, you're not, which means you have to use Infernal Guard. Alright, so that means, Thorgrim, you are going to lose the Chaos Dwarf Warriors. We keep the Lamasu in here just for fun. You know what? No, you have to have 2 casters because they are needed to repair the Kadai. Oh, speaking of Kadai, actually. While we're here, while we're building for this guy, let's give them some Kadai destroyers as well. Why not? We actually have a fairly... well, they're reasonable in terms of their expense of upgrading the amount that we can build. Like so. And that'll give us an option to build 1, 2, 3. Oh. These will take... oh, wait. Global recruitment time. Where are Skullcrackers here? What? Is it me or do I not see Skullcrackers? Oh, there they are. Alright, so 1, 2 out, and then 1, 2 in. It's just cheaper to do it via global. Alright, is 3 of these guys sufficient? Do we want more? I mean, we have 3 in DRAZHOATH's army. Yeah, 3 is good, for now. We might build more. It's good either way. Alright, let's keep going. Can anybody else do anything? Internal Recruiter, you are fine. Thorgrim, you are staying where you are, and I do believe that's pretty much it. Technically, these guys do want to move. We're probably going to lose Spite Peak, but I'm not sure I care that much about it. Mad Hatter is the one waiting for the Skullcrackers, so you guys can just stay where you are. Troop train, go back here. You're probably going to transfer units eventually. Kigal and... well, I guess you just stay where you are as well. And we'll need to figure out what we want to recruit for you with the recruiter, although... oh, we have another one of these capacities. Maybe he can start using global to recruit some Overseers units. And there would still be use for that, especially since Astrogoth doesn't have one. Overseer, you stay where you are. Troop train, other troop train rather, you stay where you are. And I think that should be it for the moves. I'm gonna not bother with the Tech Thieves. I'll do it between the episodes next turn. I just really want to end the turn. In fact, there's buildings and stuff. You know what? Let's just do it all in one turn. Let's just end the turn now to get the battle going instead. So skip. Outpost upgrade available. Fate Weaver's Crest. Okay, we'll do that one now. And what should the other outposts are upgradable? Volcano's Heart. Okay, yeah, we'll do that one as well. And which one? Nalfari Plain. Oh, yes, okay, definitely. And Morgheim, yes, the best one. Ooh, actually, this is a decent time to check. We have here going to Masterful Architects. Yeah, there's a lot of stuff upgradable, but we'll do it later. Shadow Legion, we don't really care about any of these. Mostly because I don't think any of these places are well defended. Wait, actually, Monolith of Catan isn't a bad one. It's just that these are relatively useless as allies. Also, I feel like I saw a mission in there. Dreadfleet, ally missions. Astakar. What? Okay, Oracles of Tzeentch. Indrakul. Sure. And, Exiles of Khorne, much more valuable. Let's go for, Thoric Ironbrow. I'd love to find you, but let's take Imric first. And that's it. Okie dokie. Now, just to double check. Dreadfleet, how are we looking?
No prey, no. Choose your words.
Cult of Pleasure?
Morathi. 2
settlements remain. Damn it! Please, somebody kill the Cult of Pleasure before we can't use these guys' outposts. Maybe we'll have to go with the Awakened instead. They are still alive as long as they're not fighting Rakarth. And in fact, while we aren't going to bother building the buildings, I do want to check Rakarth. Oh, non-aggression pact with Clan Scry. Damn. I was hoping to get friendly with the Wood Delves, but perhaps this is the better pick. Arquilon's actually reasonably friendly with us. They don't like the treaties with Scryer, though. But you know what? At the end of the day, Scryer units will always be more valuable to us than... just take the money. Scryer units will always be more valuable to us than Wood Elf units. Yeah, there's a couple cool Wood Elf units that wouldn't be amiss. But nonetheless. Alright, Crag, Decadent Host, Cult of Pleasure... I'm gonna ignore you for now. Subtle... Torture, Cult of Pleasure... You know what?
Yes.
No. We're hoping they die. Ooh, Military Alliance with the Exiles of Khorne. Yeah, let's do that.
An offering of skulls is required.
Go for it. I don't care if they draw us into wars. I love Scarby. Gotta get them... helping us out. Do we want the Legion of Chaos Military Alliance at this... same time, or do we not? You know what? They also provide some nice stuff, so we'll do them as well. Alright, thanks, Danny boy. Alrighty, and I believe that's now it. Peace with the Ice Core, that's not gonna happen. Alrighty, Armor Fortune, journey complete from the sea lane. Now we're gonna end the turn, we're gonna hope for a fight.
Kasapaz ek uz reisudanma is tak as uzlag.
Damn it, I wanted to take the opportunity to move my cat. Cult of Pleasure, Military Axe. You know what? This will make us friendlier with the Dreadfleet. And maybe Nagarond as well. Sure, go for it. I mean, we want them to die. Oh, they're down to 1 settlement. And just watching that Dreadfleet for the outpost. As soon as they're dead, I'm gonna check every turn. Oh. If we could just get a gunnery army with some Necrofex Colossi, that would be great. And yes, there we go, Thorgrim. Oh, he's going to try to attack Overseer Zheg Throng in a lightning strike. I wasn't expecting that. Zheg Throng can't win this. Fortunately, he's only level 9, so we don't care about his death. What will happen if we retreat? Will he attack Draj? He will not attack at all. Okay, fine. Then Draj will attack him. Thorgrim, why are you such a coward? Why are you so afraid of Draj? He just wants to play. He's a nice guy. Just give him a chance. Oh, man. I'm an idiot. Alrighty. Let's see if there's anybody left. Tunneler for Thrunbaj. Alright, well. What I've been waiting... Huh? Are you actually... He's stuck. He was so afraid of attacking that he's actually stuck. Huh. That's kind of funny. Well... And this is why the Overseers here are going to move into reinforce. Not that I think we need you. You have an extra 3 points, so let's spend them before we attack. Flames of Ashgore is maxed out. We could get Standard Die, which could be quite useful. Is anybody a high enough rank to benefit from anything? No, not really. In that light, then... We could go 1, 2, 3 to get Arcane Conduit, or we could get Standard Die, and I think Standard Die is going to have to be the better pick here. So let's go... Let's go Wretched Host, Standard Die, and you don't have artillery, do you? Yes, you do. You have a couple magma cannons, so you could still get use out of Bloodied Bombardment, but you'll be casting a lot, so let's start with Earth Thing, and then we'll go for the others. Attack. He's gonna run, but he ain't running far enough. You're running towards the garrison at Karak Azul. Oh, you poor thing. I feel bad for Thorgrim now. but not that bad. Attack. And here we go. Alrighty, here we go. Sorry about the little cut. There was a bit of lag due to the at the start of the battle there, or rather the game sort of semi-froze up. I don't know how much of that I ended up cutting out or not. Apparently, when you do a replay and then you sort of pause on the deployment screen, you know, before the actual battle starts, before you, and while you're still deploying units. I went to get a drink and then I came back, and apparently that shows up on the replay by just having the game lag while nothing moves, which is kind of interesting. But anyway, guess don't deploy, or just start the battle? I don't know, whatever. It doesn't matter. Anyway, it looks like it should be a pretty darn decent battle. We have ourselves a pretty cool little hill for us to deploy our magma cannons on, actually. This is nice. I always like when you get one of these little plateau or high hill places for your artillery deployment. It just seems right. It seems lorefully accurate, you know, and just such a rarity to actually get. But this time, we get to take advantage of it. The enemy army is a pretty good one, and while we do technically have 3 armies by virtue of the Overseer army and the Karak Azul reinforcements, we're not going to use them. We're only going to use Draj and his army because, well, that'll keep it nice and fun and reasonably fair. The enemy has a lot of regiments of renown, including the Norgrimlings, Ironbreakers, and the Peak Gate Guard, the regiments of renown of the Ironbreakers and Hammerers, as well as a bunch of others, and several other regular units of Ironbreakers, and just a bunch of good stuff in general. So I'm excited to see what they can do. Our magma cannons will continue to fire. We got a Wrath of Zharr mowing down a few of the enemies here. Looks like it hit the Warriors of Dragonfire Pass, I want to say. Yes, long regiment of renown name. Yeah. Oh, these guys have a massive amount of fire resistance. No, they don't. Huh. Oh, they just have fire-imbued attacks. I would have figured that they had fire resistance as well, but apparently not the case. Wait, what about the Dragonback Slayers? Maybe they have something. They're in here somewhere. There's the Grumbling Guard. That's the Longbeard's Regiment of Renown. Ulthar's Raiders. The Throwing Axe's Rangers Regiments of Renown. And Norgrimling's Ironbreaks. Okay, you know what? I'm sure they're in here, but I'm too lazy to continue. Oh, there they are. Looking for them. Warriors of Dragonfire Pass. No, that's not the ones. Those are the warriors, not the slayers. Whatever. We've annoyed the enemy fairly quickly this time around, just compared to a few other recent battles, but fortunately our magma cannons do have quite the advantage. Gonna get a Burning Wrath off, but it looks like the accuracy did leave something to be desired, though it did at least hit a few enemies as they moved into it. Still, the enemy does have quite a while to approach, and while the rest of their infantry do approach, we obviously get to summon our Kadai Fireborn on top of the single enemy artillery piece, which is an organ gun. The Ulthar's Raiders are going to turn around, and yeah, 56 missile strength. They're going to probably mow down the Kadai Fireborn fairly quickly with the amount of damage they deal, and we can see the Kadai are down to about half HP. However, and they've quickly managed to destroy the organ guns as well, which is what we wanted. And the enemy draws closer to our battle lines, and all of these glorious Infernal Guard and our Kadai destroyers and Fireborn. We have not had nearly enough of these guys throughout the campaign, but I'm excited to be using this army, and then soon Tordrek Killer's army as well, which is also going to be based around the Fireborn and Destroyers, but different units to some degree, I imagine. Anyway, rather than waiting and dishing out all the damage with spells and with magma cannons this time around, we're going to just move towards the enemy. Of course, going to still soften up the enemy targets with a few spells here and there, while Draj moves in and begins fighting Thorgrim. Let's compare the stats here. Thorgrim's at 76 101 melee attack and defense and magic attack, as well as 146 armor, and wow, he has more than, well, actually he has exactly twice the amount of melee defense that Draj has, more melee attack, and not quite twice more armor, but nearly so. Damn. And he's got more HP on top of that. Ouch. Yeah, okay, it looks like in terms of sheer stats, Thorgrim has quite the advantage. He also has 10% physical, or 10% ward save and 20% physical resistance. Yeah, okay, Drazh, you may have gotten yourself into something of a bad situation, but fortunately Thorgrim's slow, and he doesn't have a Cinder Breath to escape on should he need to do so. Besides, while he may be stronger than Drazh in terms of base stats, his army is certainly not going to be able to hold all these destroyers. An Ash Storm comes down, heralding the arrival of the Fireborn and the destroyers as they just rip apart these Norgrimlings Ironbreakers. Very, very nice. And the same scene is being repeated throughout the enemy battle lines. Oh, there's that fire breath that the destroyers can do. The Infernal Guard are also holding off and facing off against some Ironbreakers. I actually wanted a battle of not Ironbreakers versus Infernal Guard, but of Infernal Ironsworn, but we'll get that at some point, I'm sure, because when the endgame scenario arrives, we will be facing off against even more of those guys, and we'll have more Ironsworn by then. Alright, well done to all of our fiery units. I also noticed throughout this battle that the magic cost of the Lure of Metal on our Demonsmith Sorcerer of Metal was basically free. He could use almost all of his spells for free, which is a little bit odd. I think Final Transmutation was the only spell that wasn't free, and that was... it cost 1 mana when... regular cast, and I think 5 or 6 mana when overcast, but everything else, overcast or not, seemed to be free, which was kind of interesting. He does have 2 or 3 buffs on him that reduce cooldown, but only by like 30%, not like 90%, so I don't know what the heck is going on there. Not that I'm complaining, mind you. Anyway, it looks like the enemy main line is being quite overrun. The balance power is about 90-95% in our favor, and though the enemy does still have a few units remaining, namely this unit of Ironbreakers and this unit of Grumbling Guard, plus Thorgrim, is still fighting as well. Man, Plague of Rust upgraded minus 60 armor on him, and he still has 86 armor. Still more than Drazh after that. Oh man, and as we can see, Drazh got quite beat up fighting Thorgrim, who didn't take all that much damage, though to be fair, unlike Drazh, he wasn't really fighting alone and had Slayers and, I believe, a Dwarf Warrior unit to back him up. So instead, we'll send a Kadai Destroyer and some Fireborn to deal with Thorgrim, and then we'll back him up with Drazh and then a few more units afterwards. Even out the odds just a little bit. Otherwise, our massed amount of Fireborn are just ripping apart any enemy units that can escape. It looks like the Grumbling Guard are about to be destroyed over here. And I do believe the enemy army will shatter. There we go. All right. I don't believe there are any Slayers that remain here. Nope, they're all done for. Engineer, I guess we could have... oh, you know what I should have done? I should have sent Drazh to kill the Engineer first and just ignored Thorgrim instead. And then obviously went after Thorgrim, but at least this way we got a little bit of a duel between them, and we now know that we need to buff up... Drazh in terms of his fighting capabilities. His items are basically maxed out, but he can still get stronger through his fighty line. Man, you gotta love those destroyers. What a glorious model. Alright, well, can't wait to see more of those. Obviously, we're going to chase off everything we can here, but otherwise we are going to speed this up. No more running for Thorgrim as he tried to avoid the fight with Drazh so many times already. Well, actually, I lied. Maybe a little bit more running from Thorgrim as he tries to get off the map, and man... all of our heroes and Drazh were chasing him, and a couple of the Kadai destroyers were chasing him, and he still managed to run off the map. What a tanky Dwarf King. I love it. Anyway, decisive victory for us, and unfortunately, because he ran away the first time, he will be destroyed, and we might not actually see him until the endgame scenario, because his faction is quite weak. In fact, let's check what he's got left. Alrighty, a very nice little battle, though it does show that Draj is not quite yet ready to be fighting Thorgrim in a one-on-one, taking way too much damage while trying to do so. Of course, Thorgrim does out-level him fairly considerably by 15 levels, and Draj hasn't gone too deep into his fighting tree, so somewhat lackluster, at least one-on-one performance. That said, Thorgrim didn't do a crazy amount of damage either, and I assume that at least some of what Draj took was from the guards around Thorgrim and not the dwarf himself. We do have a decent amount of labor from this, and while we can heal, I think I'd rather have the labor. He also had a pretty nice stack. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 units of regiments of renown. I think the only one he's missing is the Goblobber, the Grudge Thrower, the Regiment of Renown Grudge Thrower. I think that's the only one. Unless I'm oh, no, he's also missing the Regiment of Renown Gyro Bomber, but that's it. Just those two, unless I'm mistaken. Anyway, we're going to take the labor, and we will have the +2 research for defeating Thorgrim, the trait. There we go, research rate +10 and construction cost reduction, which is swell as well. It also means that Black Iron Mine should be... no, actually it won't. Alright, the Black Iron Mine will be ours next turn, or I should say next episode, as obviously we're completely out of time and I'm gonna have to call it here. We have a decent amount of armaments, raw materials, and money to spend, since I didn't spend them last turn in order to save the admin. I'll do the hero moves and stuff between the episodes and maybe assign some skill points and whatnot, but I won't do the building until next episode. Speaking of next episode, we'll continue trying to advance with Yobaz and the Goblin Army, perhaps towards Imrik here, though if this is a Skaven Plague, we may want to actually avoid that until it's gone, so we can just sit here for a turn or so. But otherwise, we'll continue moving into Thorgrim's territories, though it looks like there ain't much of them left. That said, they will revive in like 20 turns anyway, when the endgame scenario comes back around, and we'll be facing a proper angry and dwarven throng rather than what we've been facing so far. Besides, we have plenty of orcs and gobos to kill while we wait for them to fortify the mountains. Anyway, more battles to come, especially Astrogoth as he heads towards the fortress of Erengrad, or the port of Erengrad, which we really do want for our additional trade bonuses, so that should hopefully happen next episode. We'll try to make it happen at the very least. Stay tuned, don't forget to leave a like and comment. All glory to the algorithm, and thanks for watching.